There are a lot of investing apps out there, so today we're going to talk about which ones are good and which ones you might want to stay away from. I'm Craig, and if you're new to my channel, I'm a former financial coach and jack of all trades who likes to talk about skills that are going to be useful for the real world. When it comes to investment apps, I've tried just about all of them out there. Today's reviews are going to be my honest opinion. I'm not sponsored by any of these places. You might find some referral links in the description below, but that doesn't dictate whether or not I think the app's good. So let's get right into it. The first one I want to talk about is Acorns. Acorns was one of the first investing apps to come up with the concept that you could invest with the spare change from your purchases when you were swiping your card at the store. The idea that you were just having a little extra coming off those purchases getting swept into an investment account was really popular with a lot of people out there. Unfortunately, I think that philosophy is 100% in the wrong direction. Here's why. Investments should be intentional. And you want to be putting a lot of money into investments, not your spare change. You want to be packing as much into that investment account as you can realistically afford, because that's how you get wealthy over time. Investing the spare change from your purchases, that's not a good investment strategy. Sorry, Acorns, it's just not. The other issue I have with that app is that they started charging people. The minimum plan costs you $1 a month. Well, if it's only your spare change that's going into that account, that's $12 a year that's coming right off the top just in that monthly fee. And that's the cheapest plan available. Now, if you already have an Acorns account and you're wondering, well, if I shouldn't use this, where should I use for an investment app? Stick around to the end of the video and I'll tell you the investment apps that I use that don't charge fees and that are really user-friendly. The next one we're going to talk about is Webull. Now, I opened a Webull account because it had a referral program, and I'm a sucker for free money from those referral programs. In fact, you can find a link to that referral program in the description on this video. Now, just because I have a referral link there and because I have an account does not mean I like this platform. In fact, I don't like Webull at all, and here's why. When you go to log into the app, it's really cumbersome to navigate to your account portfolio. Aside from that, there's also a lot of charts and a lot of stuff that's for technical analysis that the average investor doesn't really need. Usability needs to be at the forefront if you're running an investment app. There's just too many other competitors out there that have good usability, and Webull's just not one of them. Lastly, we're going to talk about Stash. Now, Stash I was a fan of initially. They had funds that were kind of interesting that would just group tech stocks or group environmental stocks, and that was kind of cool to be able to invest by those sectors. However, you can get funds that invest in specific sectors in other apps as well. So this isn't really unique to their platform. Usability-wise, Stash is pretty good. So why do I have a problem with the Stash app? They started charging fees. For an account that brags that you can start investing with only $5, to have a monthly fee of $1 per month, it's just crazy to me. Those fees are going to eat up all of your gains if you have a small portfolio size. If you only put $100 in there for the year to get started in investing, that means they're taking $12 out of there. That would be 12% on that $100. I know those fees can seem really small, but one, they're eating up your gains, and there's other platforms out there that are free that won't eat up your gains, which allows that stuff to grow that much faster. When we're talking about having an investment account, we're talking about over the course of your lifetime. So if you're talking about getting those fees over and over and over again, month to month and year to year, it adds up. It adds up to a lot. Trust the math on this. It's gonna be worth it to switch to an account that's free. Now, as you invest more money, sure, that percentage gets smaller, but usually this app is targeted at new investors. So I'm just not a fan of that. Once again, there are so many other apps out there that if one's charging you money just to have the account, guess what? Time to move elsewhere. So if I didn't like any of those other apps, where do I put my money? What app do I use? I use a place called SoFi. It's free and allows you to trade in exchange-traded funds and individual stocks. You can open up an individual brokerage account or a retirement account through SoFi, so it can kind of meet either of those needs. Technically, you can also use the app for buying cryptocurrency. However, it's not ideal for that, so see my other videos about what apps I use for buying cryptocurrency. I also invest with the Vanguard app. Now, Vanguard is not as user-friendly as SoFi, but I usually use their web-based platform, and I've just had it for a long time, so I just keep it because I have a lot of money in Vanguard funds, and so I just like to go directly through that platform. Now that being said, you can also buy Vanguard funds straight through places like SoFi, so that's not really a problem at all. So in summary, I didn't like those other accounts because they had monthly fees, they were hard to use, and kind of had a lackadaisical investment strategy that I don't really think benefits you, the consumer. Instead, I'd go with SoFi because it's free, it's easy to use, and they have a wide array of investments available to you. If you enjoy this kind of content, be sure to check out some of my other videos, like how to select a good bank account, how to find good credit cards that are going to benefit you, and some other financial hacks that I like to put out there. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. Please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this.